Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, mutants and metahumans of all ages, shapes, and sizes, it is time for the most spoilerific show on YouTube. And if you have any question for any topic, leave a comment below or hit us up on Twitter. What up with your YouTube and YouTube bust? It's your boy TripleCup Chuck, and I'm up. And you're tuning in to the Rock Vibration Podcast, where we talk about Marvel, DC, comic books, anime, video games, TV shows, and more. Yeah, let's go. First up, tonight, we have a special guest. We have the DC man himself, the one that brings a crowd, the one that brings it loud, the one that is the most electrifying YouTuber on YouTube. Man, E-Rock, go and introduce yourself and let them know they can find you at, big homie.
Hey, man, what's going on? This is E-Rock X, the Don King of Xbox, the hype man for the Xbox brand. It's been so long since I said this stuff, I done forgot half of that shit. But listen, man, I am the lone DC guy out here, man. I'm in hostile territory tonight, so I'm gonna try to hold my own. It's always great to be here, man. These guys, the last time I was on this podcast, these guys are the most informed comic book fanatics and entertainment fanatics out there, and it's always a pleasure, and it's great to be here.
Appreciate it. But man, you're a guru on this comic book stuff too, because you were saying some stuff that had to go back and search. I remember you be on some stuff, even though you are a DC person, but you don't got nothing to worry about. You know what I'm saying? We'll say we semi-neutral, but you know what I'm saying? Everybody got their picks and their chooses. But next up, we got that boy Flippity Flip Money. Man, go on, introduce yourself, big homie, let them know where they can find you at.
Yo, what's going on? You know what this is. It's boy Flip Money. You can holler at me on Flip Money online, Xbox. You see me on Flip Money 1975 on Twitter. You damn sure enough can hit me up here on the Rock Vibration Podcast. And I'm going to say this again, and I'm going to continue saying this. Man, stop sending me friend requests or whatever, man, because y'all ask me stupid and ridiculous questions. Stop it. I'm not telling you what type of fucking underwear I wear when I be playing a video game and I'm eating my goddamn food, man. We ain't doing that. Stop it. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, what's going on?
Yeah, you ain't with those numbers there, huh, Flip?
Nah, dog. Man.
Yeah, they like, what they saying? Oh, you are more of a Superman underwear fan, or are you more of a Batman?
No, yes, they asked that. Might ask me that.
Man, that is the most crazy, man. If anybody out there, please don't do nothing like that. That if you wanna get us, man, we game, we play Xbox, some of us play PlayStation, Anthem come out, just be cool, you know what I'm saying? Because we down to earth people. I game with anybody that want to game with me, that game on the games that I game on. But you know what I'm saying? But next up, let's go ahead and keep this party here going. We got a guru, a juggernaut in that destiny, and he's back and he's live and he's bringing it to y'all, man. Chop their heads off, man. Savage Carter, man. Introduce yourself and let them know they can find you at. And
yo, what up? Y'all can hear me?
Check
me out. Yeah, I'm here. Hey, look, check me out. Savage Carter 225 on Twitter. Do not hit me up on the Xbox. I'm tired of you weirdo.
And it's like that. Like me personally, just hit me up. You know what I'm saying? We all good. We gonna keep it good. We're gonna keep the thing going.
I'm still being antisocial this week. Y'all might have a chance next week if don't nobody ask me nothing stupid.
Man, but what about when Anthem come out? What about when that Anthem come out?
Oh, I already got my crew.
Don't even
hit me up at all.
Don't act like you don't even know me.
I already got 2 crews to run with, so I don't have time to play with nobody new.
Oh damn! What about you, E-Rock? You hopping on that Anthem too?
I checked out the demo, man. I couldn't even get on it, man. I don't know whether it's my internet connection or whether EA had me locked out, but I haven't had a chance to check it out yet, man.
Oh wow! At least me and you in about the same boat. I think I got a total of 5 minutes, literally 5 minutes of playing the game.
Okay.
So man, I can't really say too much either about it. Yeah, but
man, I got all the way through beating the stronghold, and we got all the way to the last monster till we had less than a quarter inch of health, and the game kicked us all out.
Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy.
Oh, wow.
Because mine was kicking me out. Like when I say 5 minutes of me playing, and luckily I I skipped through everything and just wanted to see what the suit looked like and how I could push the buttons. And I was barely able enough to do that. I mean, anybody that played Destiny, I'm about to call it Destiny. Anybody that played Anthem, you know, when you first get there and you jump off the cliff, that's pretty much how far I got. Where they had a little monster sitting right there, and I started shooting, and I got kicked out the game. So I really haven't seen nothing. But hey, play Flip, you messing with that Anthem, or you gonna have?
Yeah, man, I'm messing with that, man. I'm messing with that thing, man. I don't know if it's gonna be day one, but I'm messing with that thing, man. That thing was crazy when I was playing that, man. I don't even have EA access to none of that shit. And that shit, Microsoft said, "Here you go, brother." That shit was messing up servers and shit. That's how many people was hopping on that thing. That shit was crazy.
Right. So what about this here? What you think about I'm hearing a lot of chatter there, a lot of people saying that Anthem is a lot like Destiny. And I know I'm hearing people say, it's the Destiny killer, or this game is just like Destiny. And like, you know what I'm saying, probably with the squads and stuff like that. Or like, let's say Grand Theft Auto. Is it like one of those games that's gonna kill you to pull you off the game and bring you to another game?
Definitely is. I mean, whether if it's like Destiny, I don't play Destiny or whatever, so I don't know. I mean, to me, it feels like a mixture of a bunch of games. I hear people say that, but to me, it feels like I think the first thing popping right here when I'm playing them and I'm in that Mac running around is, damn, this joint plays like the combat style. It plays like Mass Effect Andromeda. But as I'm running around, oh shit, I'm getting my motherfucking Iron Man on right now. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
I got my motherfucking Iron Man flying around and stuff like that. So, I mean, whether if it's like Destiny and all these other games that people saying that it is, I don't know. I don't. Some of them games people would just name it. I think maybe they just naming it just to name it, or maybe
just to name it. So,
yeah.
you not being a real Destiny fan, you gonna plead the fifth on it, did, huh?
Yeah, I don't know nothing about this, so I can't say nothing about on that Destiny thing.
Okay,
So
makes you honest about it, because you know a lot of people there have been say, I think it's gonna be a Destiny killer, but not a big Destiny player or a person that, you know what I'm saying, they don't play those type of games. But it's some people, you know, but you know, everybody entitled to their own opinion. Some people might play Destiny just enough and be like, well, I think this will pull me from Destiny. This will be my personal Destiny killer. So instead of me, if I want that sci-fi element, I'm gonna go to Anthem and not Destiny. Or what about you, E-Rock? You think that's going to be what people, the internet call him the Destiny killer, or you think it's not the killer, or you think it's going to be his own entity?
You know what? I really haven't been following Anthem. I mean, I saw the trailer for it when it was released, when they showed it at E3. That really like, I've been seeing some gameplay of it. Like, people are just so fickle, man. They just go from one thing to the next. I mean, if they claim it's a Destiny killer, fine, but I mean, it's a thing where I got to see more gameplay of it before I can make that judgment. I got to see maybe one of y'all put up some videos of it, or maybe 100 or somebody put up some videos with some gameplay before I can get into it. It'll probably take a video from.
We'll all be streaming this weekend.
Either you guys or a video from Digital Foundry. Once that
everybody that know how to get up with us, we all will be streaming this weekend. We will be streaming Anthem this weekend.
There you go.
Okay, that's what's up. So what about you, Savage? Do you think it's a Destiny killer? Matter of fact, what do you think about the people that's on the internet that's playing Anthem and calling it the Destiny killer?
All right. First of all, I see why people say it's a Destiny killer, because Anthem is so different that it make you not want to play. Like you don't really want to play nothing else. I'm gonna just keep it real. Like I ain't really been wanting to play other games since I ain't been able to play Anthem, because it's completely different. It's not a Destiny killer because there is no PvP aspect. It's more people that play Destiny for their PvP aspect than PvE, regardless. I don't care what nobody say, because that game is tuned to PvP players. Once people start complaining about certain stuff in Destiny, the creators of that game gonna go back and nerf this, nerf that, buff this, because the people in PvP complaining about it. Since Anthem don't have that aspect, it's his own entity. Like, it's not a comparison.
All right, the only thing that people could probably compare it to what is like is a looter shooter, and the fact that
I
it's
mean, the only
a
thing you can
case-based game,
compare
right?
it to is a yeah, basically that's it. It's on the same level of that, but you know how many other games out there like that? That's the whole point. Like, why would you just compare Destiny? Is that just because Destiny is the biggest thing out right now?
Right, right. I
You
mean,
know what I'm saying?
that could be a
Like, I
to
played,
me took it
I
felt like
played.
the division. It felt like the division a little bit.
This is what I was just about to say.
Yeah.
I played, I played that game. I played the Division. I played Monster Hunter. I played all these games, and that game is a mixture of every last one of them. It basically they took everything they did right with all these games and mixed it together and came up with their own game. And that's how all games evolve.
Right, pretty much one stacking on top of the last one.
Right. I mean, with every game that you play, every new game that you play, you're gonna find something that you saw in another game. Right?
Yeah, pretty much. So, but what about the fact of because I mean I'm not a Destiny player, but I've been hearing a lot of people say the same about it's the Destiny killer. Like for example, what about let's say if a person like if they say it's the Destiny killer, that mean they gonna stop playing Destiny just to play. Let's say if they got out of a 24-hour period, they got 8 hours just a game. Let's say they take that 8 hours instead of playing Destiny and they just play Anthem. You think it'll be a people could be calling it a Destiny killer just because of that aspect is going to pull them from the time frame, or just saying being able to split their time?
In that aspect, that's what I was saying. Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Because of the fact of actually playing Anthem, getting into it, you know what I'm saying? Learning once you learn the control, the game is so different till you gonna want to keep playing. It's not. I mean, like you might be going through the same areas, fighting the same monsters, but you got a different mission. You know what I'm saying?
right, right. And then on that, the board and stuff, it like
The board evolved, the
yeah,
monsters
yeah.
evolved. Like,
So that'd be something like how Monster Hunter did, like a part of
yeah,
like how
it's
Monster
like
Hunter is. Okay,
it's got a
yeah,
Monster Hunter aspect to it. It's got a division aspect to it. It got a for honor aspect to it. Like once you like actually go into the system and start changing your weapons in your armor,
yeah.
that's the same layup for as for honor.
Okay, yeah. So it got okay, yeah. That that'll make a lot of sense to actually add like some of those elements in there just to give it more in depth instead of just being like you said, like the casual shooter that everybody's so used to.
Right. Because this is not your average, like it's the next step in these games. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right. The next with evolution. That's what it is. The next evolution to the game.
I mean, if they keep making games on the same level, people gonna get tired of them regardless, right?
Right, right.
So somebody gonna eventually gonna make something that's better.
Mm.
So you know what I'm saying, Destiny 3 probably gonna come out in the next couple of years, and that means they're gonna have to step their game up.
Right, right. And then that mean the same thing they do with Grand Theft Auto. So yeah, or Madden, or like for me, for example, let's
With
say I
every
play Madden. I'm a big Madden player, and by me playing Madden, when 2K come out, that don't mean I stop playing Madden to play 2K. It's like I play Madden, and when I get tired of playing Madden, I play 2K. And when I get tired of playing 2K, I can actually play more than one game. Like some people
exactly, that's what, like
think about you can play more than one game. You always got to like, oh, this is
most real gamers play more than one game a day.
right, right. But
I done seen Flip change at least 5 games since this morning.
bro.
You ain't lying.
Yeah, yeah, shit. That's what's up. That's what's up. Hey, so I got one of the first topic is that I had wanted to ask y'all about was like this is a big comparative of Aquaman and Black Panther. They was comparing like Black Panther first showed up in Civil War onto the Avengers like Captain America. And then, so they introduced him and they did an origin story that kind of continued on after the fact of his introduction. And they was comparing Aquaman, the legendary Aquaman, to this with the same standards that he was introduced in the Justice League, but he was already there. Then they come back and do an origin story about him, and they were showing a lot of comparisons. I mean, you could see a lot of comparisons with Aquaman and Black Panther, but you were seeing like Black Panther getting like a 97 on Rotten Tomatoes when Aquaman get a 45, and then like the people's vote, like Aquaman and Black Panther, they get roughly around the same numbers. So like it was seeing a little bit of bias toward Aquaman because of the whole aspect of like everybody was hating on DC, and then you have the all beloved Marvel, which I love Marvel and I love DC just as well. But you know what I'm saying? I do critique Marvel and I do critique DC. But you know what I'm saying, everybody noticed these patterns in the sequence of these two movies. So like they were saying, like with the whole aspect of the movie, you have the question I want to ask y'all, they had one villain that was supposed to be on a movie where he was the outcast, and his whole journey was to try to get back into the society where his bloodline and his family from, and once he get there, being able to overthrow the king and become the king of his homeland, and by him being an outcast and a half-breed of the native people. And then on the other hand, you have the same exact similar story where you have this person that's an outcast, he's a half-breed, he comes back to his kingdom and he overthrew the kingdom and he became king. So both of them was that scenario, but on one hand, one was bad, one hand, the other one was good, but the same scenario. So my question is to you all about that scenario out there, out of the heroes and the villains, you know what I'm saying? Which one did y'all more relate with out of being an outcast, having to try to come back in? And we're gonna start with the guest himself, E-Rock.
Man, that's a lot of question there. I don't even know if I can really answer that question because I did not see Black Panther. I mean, I heard of most of the plot. I didn't see it when it came out last year. I did see Aquaman. I enjoyed it. I rate movies on a scale of 5 stars, 1 to 5. 1 star being poor, 5 stars being outstanding. I gave Aquaman 3 out of 5 stars. I thought it was good. I thought it was really good. Was it epic? No, it was what it needed to be. It was a fun superhero movie. It was light. Visually, it was stunning. But I can see where the similarities come into play. Two stories of actually, you look at it, yeah, sort of. I mean, the stories, there really isn't a whole lot of parallels because I think in Black Panther, you had Killmonger, who was an outcast. He comes back to challenge T'Challa for the throne that's rightfully his. He's got some father issues. And Aquaman is actually the outcast. He comes back to challenge for the throne of Atlantis. They both have mother issues. So I mean, yeah, I guess there's similarities there, but they're two different movies entirely. But I can see the parallels. I can't either one of them dudes because I don't have superpowers or abs, so I can't relate. But as far as the Rotten Tomatoes situation, I don't trust Rotten Tomatoes anymore. To me, Rotten Tomatoes has been exposed. They've been exposed on various fronts, not just DC versus Marvel. They've been exposed on various fronts since 2016. I mean,
yeah.
We could go. I mean, like I didn't want to believe it. I didn't want to believe it for a long time because as a guy that has a YouTube channel, as a content creator like you guys, and as a wannabe video game historian and a wannabe blogger on Instagram and a wannabe writer, we used to strive for this shit called journalistic credibility. And I've been reminded this decade that there's no more journalistic credibility. Like these blogs and these websites, they are the news now. So nobody's trying to aspire to be the next Walter Cronkite or be the next Roger Ebert, or be the next Gene Siskel, or even be the next Adam Sessler in our gaming business. Like basically, these folks they want to get their hits for their website, and that's it. And how you get hits for your website is you go with the popular vote. Now, sometimes, as you're in the midst of reviewing these game systems, or these movies, a publisher or a movie company or a studio will come to you and say, "Hey, listen, man, if you review our product, we'll give you discounts on this, and we'll let you into our E3 booth. Or if you review our movies favorably over and over again and trash another movie, we'll let you into our events. We'll give you free tickets, we'll give you free passes, and you can get hits on your website." Like this shit is deep, and I didn't want to believe it was going on. I didn't want to believe it was going on for years, but it is going on. Now, what you got to do, you got to ask yourself. You got to ask yourself, how does Batman vs Superman get a 26%, but Ghostbusters 2016 get a 76%? You got to ask yourself, how does Venom get a 18 or 20%? I heard Venom. I heard people enjoyed Venom. People enjoyed Venom. But how does Ant-Man and Wasp, which is a comparable film, get the high rating? You got to ask yourself these questions, and you also got to ask yourself these questions like how does the first episode of Doctor Who, which Doctor Who, I don't know if you follow Doctor Who, is a British science fiction series about a time travel. It's been on since the 1960s. All right. How does the first episode get rated so high, but the fans themselves in unison say, yo, this shit is garbage? How does Star Wars The Last Jedi get rated so high when the fans say, yo, man, this shit is trash? So you got to begin to believe that there's something to all of these rumors about these critics for Disney being paid off. You got to ask that shit now, guys. You got to ask that. Even if we couldn't ask it the last time I was on this show, which I think was over a year ago with Kaleidoscope, it was still some gray area there. It's no gray area there. How does Aquaman get, it went from a 76 to a 53 to a 40? How does that happen? But Mary Poppins Returns, their Rotten Tomato score didn't change. You got to start asking yourselves these questions, but it goes deep. But to get back to what we're talking about, the two movies, Aquaman and Black Panther, are comparable. They're basically the similar story, just like Batman versus Superman and Civil War. It was the same story. You interchange a few characters. They're basically the same story. So I think Aquaman was a good movie. I can't rate Black Panther because I didn't see it. What I will say this much. I will congratulate James Wan and DC on being smart this time. They were smart this time. It wasn't anything in particular that they did to make this $1 billion other than they released overseas first. They were smart. They finally figured out that at least here in the States, if you're not making a film for Disney, you are effectively the enemy. So you got to release somewhere else first. They released over in China first. They made their big money over there. They saved the United States almost last. And I guess that angered the critics more. Like, damn, why do we gotta wait to see Aquaman? Well, because y'all been trashing every DC movies that's come out except for Wonder Woman. So why would they release that shit over here first? So that Rotten Tomatoes can do their usual bullshit and trash the movie. They were actually smart, and I got to give them some credit for releasing overseas first and making 300 million over in China first, which negated all of the talk about Aquaman being a box office failure. So now what you're going to see is you're going to see a lot of movies now adopt the strategy, Chuck, where they release overseas first before releasing the United States. The only regret I have about Aquaman being so dominant at the box office this December, I regret that Bumblebee got lost in the sauce. We finally had a good Transformers movie, and it got lost in the sauce. I have no regrets about Mary Poppins Returns getting this ass kicked. Disney deserved to get that rare L. But other than that, man, congratulations to Aquaman. I want to see these studios thrive. I want to see these studios make money because you know who wins? We win. The audience wins. The fans win. I want the new Hellboy to succeed. The fans win when more than one studio succeeds. So that's me on my soapbox. I'm done.
Man, yeah, you could tell E-Rock is back. Y'all hear him, huh? But yeah, you really did make some good points about it, because it is kind of feel like it's kind of like the touchy-feely thing about the critics and the way they judging some of these movies, because a lot of people saying, I'm not one of them, but a lot of people saying that Black Panther shouldn't be at the Oscars. And then other people saying, well, open your eyes. You know what I'm saying? They open up the Logan and the Batman Dark Knight. They open up the doors for movies like Black Panther to become a nominee. You know what I'm saying? They might have didn't win it at the time, but they did the groundwork for like this generation to win. And this ain't gonna be the last time a superhero movie gonna be nominated. Now y'all gonna start seeing more and more movies being nominated. So I'm just looking at it just the first.
My only thing about that, because that's a whole nother subject that you just opened up about the Oscars this year, and it's not just me saying this. I don't want to give a shout out to a bigger YouTube channel, but there's this channel out there called Geeks and Gamers, and there's plenty of other channels that have been discussing this. This is like a hotbed topic right now about how Hollywood has gotten woke. I mean, it's everywhere, dude. Star Wars basically got ruined by wokeness and identity politics. Doctor Who got ruined by wokeness and identity politics. So what everybody's hoping is that Black Panther's nomination is because it's really that film that y'all believe it is, and not because of identity politics. If it's in the Oscars, and I'm going to tell you this right now, it's going to win. It's going to win. They made it so that it has to win because it's nominated for Best Picture, Best Costumes, Best Music, Best Lighting, Best fucking Catering, Best Snacks at the fucking when they shot the film. The sun was out that morning, so it's nominated for several Academy Awards. Listen to guys, it's no fucking way. Black Panther ain't going to win an Academy Award. So, but what I'm saying is, I'm hoping that it's because it's a great film and not because Hollywood is woke.
But look,
because
think about what they call it.
If it wins because Hollywood is woke, it's going to be a backlash. They already complaining now about Captain Marvel, because they say that Captain Marvel is like the wokest Marvel film yet. Like like they're saying that she's going to be the one that deals the death blow to Thanos, and people are like, hold on, wait, hold. How is this chick now the most powerful cat in the Marvel universe? If anybody's going to deal the death blow to Thanos, it should be Tony Stark or at least Steve Rogers, like the motherfuckers that started this universe. But we'll see how this all plays out. I'm hoping it plays out for the best. I'm not an anti-Marvel.
Yeah, but anybody that's true Marvel fans already know her power level way above all of theirs put together.
Yeah, they regular people, or at least Thor. You know what I'm saying? I would
she Thor, the only one that's on her level.
That's on that level. Like, yeah, like, so, and a lot of people was crying about, you know, the Hawk and the Thor scene. Like, stop it. If this is what Marvel wishes to do, then there's nothing that you can do about it. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, at least they tried to stay true to the comic book storyline. Same way, you know, even though they might have changed a little things differently on Aquaman, I mean, overall it was still a good movie and shit. Only thing about that is that I hope whoever did Aquaman, they need to get that motherfucker to start doing the rest of the fucking DC movie.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I don't know what E-Rock, when he said a 3 out of 5, I would have gave it at least a 4.5 out of 5, because that movie was shockingly good to me.
Man, I'm gonna keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? In honor of Bone, that was the closest.
What was what?
What?
He bought out. What happened?
Oh man.
Hey, Bone got him drunk.
Oh man.
He say about, hey, you be on there, Savage?
Hello? Who do you?
Oh no, guys, Aquaman was good. You know, James Wan, he made a fun film that was accessible to the audience. Just me personally, nobody else. Me personally, I think Wonder Woman and Batman vs Superman aspired to be more, but that's just me. But I mean, Aquaman was a great movie.
I will tell you this. I will cut you off. I will tell you this. I think Aquaman in itself, to be honest with you, I like Tony Stark. I like the first movie. The last one was okay. Aquaman, in my opinion, Aquaman was better. Sorry.
That's what's up.
It was better than a lot of Marvel movies, and I was shocked. Like, oh shit, this motherfucker hit me with a crippling blow. I wasn't expecting it to be like this, but it just goes to show you whoever they got directing that needed to do that. I think it was better than even though it's not part of the MCU. I think it was better than Venom. Venom was like that. I think was better than the last two Spider-Man movies that they did before. Do I think it's better than Spider-Man Homecoming? Yes, I do. I think it was better. Had but the fight scene and stuff, the whole underwater shit fucked my head up. Do I think it
underwater and then
yeah,
and you can see the water around them moving.
Right.
It was
Like,
movements too.
right. It was better. Like I said. Do I think it was better than what's the name of that movie? Ant-Man and the Wasp? Yes, I do. I think it was better than the first and the second Ant-Man. You know what I'm saying? Do I think it was better? I think it was better than a lot of Marvel movies general. I do. I really do. Like, wow, DC, like, now all we need you to do is focus that energy and bring it back to how y'all had it before. Because I always said DC need to stop trying to play catch up. You are the king. You the King Kuba. You know what I'm saying? You the one who started this shit. First superhero ever. You the one that started that. So why are you playing catch up when you already had movies that was out that did good? Like, don't try to compete with Marvel. Just do what you do and make a good fucking movie. And that's what they did with Aquaman.
Well, you know what happened, Flip? You know what happened? What happened was James Wan, he carries a lot of weight at Warner Brothers because he's the top dog. He's like one of their golden children over there because of the Conjuring franchise.
Okay.
He did the Conjuring franchise for them. So what we keep saying DC is Warner Brothers. And I know you guys are going to have a stroke, but it's not Marvel, it's Disney. The big companies are pulling all the shots. What Warner did was they left James Wan the fuck alone. They left him alone. They left Patty Jenkins alone. They didn't leave Zack Snyder alone. They kept fucking with him. They kept fucking with him. They kept fucking with him and fucking with him. And we got last year with Justice League. And Justice League was what it was. I enjoyed it. 90% of you didn't. And I can live with that. But they finally learned to let these directors make their movie. And this happens everywhere. It's been happening with Star Wars. I never thought in a million years, Flip, that Disney was going to fuck up Star Wars because
I didn't either. I didn't either.
I don't know if y'all saw this movie called Rogue One.
Yeah.
But Rogue One was insane. Rogue One was bananas. So I was like, you know what? I fucking hate Disney, but Star Wars is in good hands. Then The Last Jedi happened, and it was like, dude, I swear to God, y'all, I've been doing this entertainment shit for 40 something years. I ain't never seen a franchise go off the rails this fast. Like I never seen anything like this. Like, yeah, you may be on the fence or divided. Like you had DC diehards like me, and you got folks that never gave DC a chance. That's cool, man. You got some folks that love Marvel to death. You got some folks like me who's always saying all 20 of the movies ain't as hot. Like y'all saying they hot. Come on, y'all. But you was never going to get the Star Wars fans to say, I don't like Star Wars. That shit was never happening until last year. Like, but Disney, Kathleen Kennedy kept fucking with that shit. Like DC fucked with Zack Snyder and Flip Money. You can't do that shit. You got to leave these directors alone. You got to leave Ryan Coogler alone. That's why Black Panther was a success. It was. You got to let these directors do their shit.
Right. I mean, I always say that, like, well, most of the DC movies, my biggest thing that I didn't like was, I call it the chopping block. It was whoever was cutting the movie up would mess the movie up because it messed up the pace of the movie. It messed, you know what I'm saying? Because that was really what DC movies was missing, was the pacing was messed up because they had to chop it up because they had to fit it in a time frame and all types of stuff like that. So it kind of made them kind of force him leave out stuff that was critical parts of the movie and actually changed the whole dynamic. But by you saying if you leave him alone, like Aquaman, I think that was what, a 2.5-hour movie.
Yeah, I don't even know how DC let that happen. The 2.5 hours, because usually what happens is
because they make it that 2 hour mark.
The studio like keep it 2 hours, man, because it's not even about us. It's about the movie theaters. They want the movie theaters to show more showings. They're like, fuck us. They want the movie theater to be able to show showing after showing after showing. So Aquaman being 2.5 hours, I was like, whoa, I don't know if folks gonna be with this shit, but it worked out.
Hey, you know what it was? Quality over quantity. And if they notice they made more money by making a better movie that they showed less times, that means a person gonna, if he can't see it at this time, he gonna see it at the next time. If he can't see it at that next time, he gonna keep waiting till he can see it at a time. Now, if y'all sit there and try to force a whole bunch of times in there, then I ain't gonna see it right now, but it'd be an okay movie. Now, if it's a great movie, I might come see it again. They forget about those aspects. I don't know why people don't realize if you make a good ass movie, don't try. If it's a movie, you don't have to fit it in no time frame like how you got to fit a TV show in that 20-minute time frame.
Hey, Chuck, you know what I told you? All they need to do to fix up all these movies and fuck up. Remember when I broke down all the things that they could have fixed out? You was like, damn, that makes sense. Just let me come over there and show you what you do. Show you exactly what to do. I know how to fix movies. Like, fuck that, because you fucking, it's not that hard just to make a good movie. Like, you done it in the past. Like, that's the thing I didn't understand. Like, why are you messing with them? Just do a movie. Don't compete. Just do what you do. Saying in a movie would come out better that way. I'm like, damn, Aquaman. Even the trailer of Aquaman, man, I ain't gonna hold you. It had me hype. I'm like, man, this thing gonna be nice. This thing gonna be good. Look what happened, and it was good. Let me tell you something, man. I sensed the disturbance in the force when I knew that they was fucking up these other movies, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. And you're right. A lot of movies on a lot of Marvel movies, period, whether if it's in the MCU or not, was not good. Like, yo, I don't care what no one else has said. It wasn't good. Like, okay, nah, it could have been a whole lot better than what it was or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't get it. Only thing about Black Panther that I did like about it, other than every fucking thing about it, I mean, Black Panther. I'm not going to compare Black Panther with Aquaman. Like, to me, I don't get it with that comparison stuff. I really don't see the comparison, and why I understand Black Panther or relate to it more, because you have to understand this. You are a black man who was outcast or whatever, outcast outside your own society, your own city, and just like he said it, he said there's 3 billion of our people out there getting treated like shit. Now that's what bring that movie in. How they targeted movie? They targeted because they targeted towards minority, not just black, but other minorities, Hispanics, and everything. That's what made Black Panther a fucking success, because they touched on topic. They touched on real topic and shit that's going on now or whatever. Far as in, like, wow, you got all these black people out here getting treated like shit in the world, not just over here in the United States, all over, and that's a fact. Even in Africa, you got some of these white people taking over some of them countries and treating them like shit. That was his whole game, his whole purpose. I didn't even see him as a villain. I just see him as a person like, listen here, fuck that. Why can't my people survive? Why can't my people be uplifted or built up? That was his end game right there. His goal was to do, like, fuck that. My people's not going to be last. Or, it's not going to be last coming to the table. We won't do this shit. We're going to do it right. And in the same token, I understood what the king also was saying with how his father meant was like, okay, if we expose and let them know that we know how to do this and this and this, more country is going to be threatened by us. That's what that whole thing about it. And we don't want people to come and invade our country and being threatened by us or whatever. We have to have a better solution to go on. Even though it's going to be wild, but I'm gonna put it out there. You may think it's wild, but I looked at it as Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. You know what I'm saying?
Deep. That's deep.
I'm saying that's how deep that thing was. That's exactly how I seen it as. One want to do things in a peaceful and subtle way, where as though they can move it out without being threatened or whatever. The other one's like, man, fuck this. I want my goddamn people to do such and such. Even though they both wanted the same goal, it was the way that they was going about it.
Right. Hey, what I was meaning about, check this out, about the comparison when you got Aquaman and you have Killmonger, right? They both of pretty much half breeds. And they from that homeland.
No half breed.
Huh?
Killmonger was no half breed.
Yes, he was.
Killmonger was a half breed. That was his father.
No, look, his father was from Wakanda, that left
Right.
out of Wakanda and
Right.
had a baby from a American. That's what they was telling him about the child, but he wasn't a full-blooded Wakandan. He was a half-breed.
Oh, okay. I got you. I
Yeah,
got you.
he
He
was a
wasn't. Yeah,
half-breed.
it wasn't. It was instead of a black female over here, she
Yeah,
wasn't. Yeah. Okay. I got you.
they
I
called him
got
a half-breed. And on Aquaman, to get the same scenario was his mama stepped out and she had a baby by a human that made Aquaman a half-breed. So my comparison was you have two half-breeds that's outcast pretty much from their homeland or whatever, or sea, or from their home place. And when they come back, they'll both of them try to take over to become king. But one, they say it's the good guy. One, they say it's the bad guy. Same exact scenarios. But my whole question was like, which one do y'all think that both of them was, if you had to consider like the scenario, was it actually justifiable? Was it good or was it unjustifiable? What if one was bad, both of them should have been bad, or one was good, both of them should have been good. Considered good.
justifiable. No. It was justified. Justified. It was cool with that. I mean, it is what it is. That was the truth. I can't just say. I mean, if you're gonna look at it like that, then I can't pick one over the other.
Killmonger sounds like he's the hero. He wants to share. He wants to share the vibranium with the rest of us, and T'Challa's like, no, we ain't sharing that shit.
Yeah.
Right. So he would have actually been a hero, same pretty much like how Aquaman was, right?
Well, the thing with Aquaman is that Aquaman ain't even want to do it. That's the only scenario that I think is different. Killmonger, fuck that. I want to go back to fuck home.
Motivation, their motivation could be, it's different type of motivation, but they had to do the same exact objective and for the same type of goal.
Well, yeah, he had to do it after it was beating his fucking head. Like, we need you to do this. After it was beating in his fucking head. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, he was forced to do that. He had to do it. They was making him do it. Like, yo, listen here, I've been training you all these years and stuff since a boy or whatever, protecting you, doing what your mother wanted me to do or whatever, because that's the whole reason why his mom left or whatever, because she didn't want to be forced into no marriage or whatever like that. She didn't want to become that. She didn't want that to happen. She wanted to build a gap between the surface dwellers and the oceanic people. So that was her whole method of doing that. She wanted to build that gap. She already knew that she ain't had no choice, that she was gonna have to go back and get married, whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's the only difference. I mean, like other than that, he was, he was forced to do it. He didn't have an option. They forced him to do that shit. So that's why sometimes I really didn't see it like the same way. Like, the both of them have to do the same thing. One wanted to do it, the other one didn't. That's the real biggest issue, the real big difference. Aquaman ain't wanted to do that shit. If he had a choice, he wouldn't have did that. He was like, I don't give a shit. He ain't wanted to do it until he actually seen the outcome of what could happen.
Yeah, when they did that water and the water had
yeah. That's what forced him to do that shit. He ain't really wanted to do it. If they never did none of that or forced anything like that, Aquaman would not do it. He'd be like, man, I don't give a shit.
Well, yeah, that is true. Like
he wouldn't care.
He did that. Yeah,
he wanted to go back home. I'm saying they both were doing things for different reasons. You know what I'm saying? You gotta look at it like that, because he was doing it because of his people, even though they both was outcasts. You mean that's as far as it goes, was that they both was outcasts or whatever. Both cities did not want them to come. They didn't want Aquaman to come there or whatever. And they want Killmonger, they didn't even know he existed. That's
right.
So when you look at that movie, you gotta look at the big picture. That's why I don't see no similarity, because they didn't even know he existed. They know Killmonger. Who that? Oh, he had a son.
Yeah, you're right. When it come down to the in the depth of the details, that you're right. You're right about that. Exactly, it's a completely different scenario. Once you dive into it. But say, Flip, what about the fight scenes? I know you've seen Aquaman, so what you think about the fight scene? If you had to rate them, you had anyone that you like?
As much as I liked it, Black Panther, and I like the fight scene between them, and see the highlight is when he was out there in what was that, China he was in, or Japan?
Yeah,
and stuff. some of them fight scenes, yeah, them fight scene was good and stuff like that. But honestly, to bring it all down, all in the up and up, the best fight scene, we had to go to Aquaman. Aquaman definitely had the best fight scene.
All right,
'Cause,
which
you
out
know,
of the fight scene, what was your favorite?
what was my favorite?
Yeah.
My favorite fight scene, I would say my favorite fight scene, um, you know what? No, I'm gonna have to switch that around. I'm gonna have to switch it around because when we're gonna say with Killmonger and T'Challa, yeah, they fight scene was good. They fight scene might have been a little better together than the Aquaman and his brother, because his brother, he didn't really really whoop his behind like that and all that other stuff like that. So he the only fight scene that was really good or overall will be Aquaman because they was fighting in the ocean together when everybody was fighting and stuff. That was the best fight scene, period. I'm saying right there. But when it comes down to Black Panther and his cousin, that fight scene was better.
I mean, yeah, the first one they were fighting at the waterfall, but the last one was the worst one to me I ever seen.
Yeah, it was. It was the worst. That was the worst. It wasn't really. So it depended on how you want to look at it. If you want to look at the whole movie overall fight scene, you would have to get at to Aquaman. And if you want to get into details and stuff like that, close combat, whatever, I got to give that shit to Black Panther.
Okay, that's what's up. Say Iraq. So what about you? What on Aquaman? What you rate the fight scenes? Did you like the fight scenes or how you rate them?
Uh, I think that for me, the best fight scene in the movie for me was it actually happened when they were on land when they were being chased by Black Manta and those Atlanteans. Like
Mm-hmm.
that was pretty that was pretty badass. I like the way it was shot. I like the way that it started out as like a chase and then it went into a fight scene. It was pretty dope, man. It showed that Black Manta is a threat and he's going to be a threat. He's going to be a threat in the future. So I thought that was like one of the best scenes in the movie, if not one of the best fight scenes. I really wasn't feeling the final fight scene between him and his brother. Like they didn't really get down with it the way that him and Black Manta got into it. Like Black Manta, he had reason to kick Aquaman's ass. The dude was responsible for his father getting killed on that in that submarine. So that fight kind of meant something. So that was the best fight scene for me was that fight between Black Manta and Aquaman, and that was like midway through the movie.
Right. That
Mm-hmm.
was a fire ass fight scene. Man, know what I liked about that fight scene? I matter of fact, I gotta announce this right here, right now. I gotta eat crow because I say, oh man, the previews on trailers, they just spoiled the whole movie. I don't want to see Aquaman. I don't want to see Aquaman because they just spoiled the whole movie. They Savile was like, man, they showed you what they wanted you to see. So when I watched the movie, when I thought it was actually Black Manta busting through the walls, chasing, chasing through there or running through them, and when they showed it wasn't him, it was one of the Atlanteans, and how he took the the Atlantean technology and he repurposed it to where he wanted to repurpose it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to call it like what we call it, but I'm just gonna say how he was able to repurpose it. Now, once he did that, I was like, okay, and I like that, and how he was talking about his helmet, how he gonna make it bigger, and how he took that blast, and how he his whole manner of how he did it. I love that. But my favorite fight scene was the tone setter, and this is why I'm gonna say it was my favorite because when I when I was watching it, they showed him and his they showed his dad and his mom, how they got together and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, okay, the slow sad scenes or whatever like that. I'm like, whoa. And then all of a sudden the Atlantis came to the door and she came when she opened up the door, and then it was like, okay, it's like the movie just spoke to me, and the movie said, I'm finna show you what I'm made of. And when the movie spoke to me and said that, I don't think I seen was somebody going through the blast coming through the wall, and then the beauty of it. I mean, it looked at actually see the way they did the special effects. I loved it, and it was actually creative and crafty. I mean, the whole fight scenes, the way they threw the weapons behind them, stuff that you wouldn't think they'll do. I mean, the fight scenes and the way they did it, you'll say, okay, the person that directed this movie is an Aquaman fan because he actually made all this look real cool. Like the when his wife when she threw his what's that thing called, his not about to call it the sword, his trident, that trident. So she grabbed a trident, and then when she knocked it on the ground, and then she was spinning around, she was hitting this person here. She took it and she threw it back, and the trident went into somebody's shoulder, kicking them through the walls, and the way they just jumping up and down. And I was like, damn, this girl here got some stripe with her. Then her husband see what she doing. He come over there like the way he was trying to help out, but you know what I'm saying. She was like, well, I know that they're gonna come after me, so I have to go back to the sea. And once they showed me that fight scene now, I was like, okay, Aquaman, I'm gonna put my feet up. I think I need to buy me some popcorn because I'm going to enjoy this show, because that opening fight scene was the tone setter. And then the way they showed him as a boy and how they kind of explain, like, he don't really talk to the fish. It's more like a feeling, like he put, you know what I'm saying, they give each other a vibe. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much you can actually do that with animals in real life, and they just kind of intensified it. So I'm like, okay, I can understand it. And then just the way they were showing the fight scenes underwater. I love those fight scenes because when you'll see the weapon swinging, you can actually see like the water kind of moving with it, and it wasn't it wasn't nothing that was overbearing where like they say, look at the water moving. No, you had to actually notice. You can see them underwater swinging, and then the way the stuff hit, you can see the water vibrating away from it, and it was like just amazingly well crafted. Every fight scene I've seen, I actually like, and I have to say overall, Aquaman to me hands down with the fight scenes. But the first scene was my favorite because it was a town setter with his mama. Oh, yeah. Look, we got Savage back up in here. Man, what's good with you?
I'm the greatest.
Okay, so I say, Sav, what you think about the fight scenes in Aquaman?
Aquaman was by far the best comic book movie I've seen.
There it is.
Wow.
There it is.
And that sounded
because it was, you know what I'm saying? Because really is the only one that actually stayed on point with the comic. Every other movie been changed in some kind of way.
Right.
That's a long list.
I mean, I ain't doing that list.
Well, no, I'm saying for him to say that the best. I mean, that's a long list because it's been like what 125 superhero movies come out since 1978. That's a long list.
That is.
I mean, I say it's up there, but I say
it's up there. That's what I think.
I still go.
I'm talking about versus the transition from comic to film.
I see what you're saying. I see 100% what you're saying. Yeah.
I agree with you. I agree.
Yeah. Hey, they had so many Easter eggs up in there when it was on Aquaman, when it was dropping like the different
It wasn't even just the Easter egg. I'm talking about the movie itself stayed on point as far as Aquaman's origin.
Hey, but this the only thing. At first, I thought he was the younger brother. I don't know if that's a part they had changed, because I don't know, but some odd reason I thought that his mama was married before she came to this.
He was the younger brother. They changed that. He was the younger brother.
Yeah, that's the younger thing I remember them change, because
in the movie they changed it like he was the older brother.
Yeah, I guess because they didn't want to because you know, like these movies becoming politically correct, they didn't want to slut shame his mama because of something like that.
But answer this question though. Regardless, did that have any effect?
No. The same. Wow. I mean, I'd have felt. I mean, I can understand him feeling just a tad bit more burnt about the situation that his mama.
Man, I'm gonna just put it like this. But now, to be in all honesty, nobody cares about his brother.
Yeah, nobody really did. That's why I didn't even really bring that up. Just like that. I said it real quick, like they did a little change. Man, fuck that. Overall, like I said, they need to make. What's the guy name that directed this movie? They need
James Wan.
James Wan. Hey, James Wan. Hey, man, I know you're gonna hear this. You need to start doing some other movie or pick up somebody on your squad that could do the same thing that you could. He need to be promoted or something to do something, man. He need to be promoted that to oversee this, so he can be in Warner Brother is and tell Warner Brother, listen here, no, let them do what they do. No, let them do what they do. Let them do it. Let him see the movie and read the script or whatever and verify it and say, you know what? Okay, it's a go. because I still don't understand that. Like everybody want to. That's why I said the only problem that was DC was they were trying to rush the movies. Leave that shit
Well,
alone. Let the people
right.
do what they do.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing, and here's why the situation with Zack Snyder is so frustrating because I'm actually a huge Zack Snyder fan because Zack Snyder, he's a comic book purist, which people just don't seem to like. They don't understand. Like Zack Snyder's movies are like literally comic book adaptations. Like I was on Facebook. I've been on Facebook for a while now. Facebook, but
Hmm.
this dude
Hmm.
was like, Zack Snyder's a terrible director. 300 wasn't historically accurate, and I'm like, it's not supposed to be fucking historically accurate. 300 is an adaptation of a comic book by Frank Miller, based on historical facts, and they changed some of the facts. Basically, what Zack Snyder did, 300, he just basically took the comic book and brought it on screen. Same thing with Watchmen, but with Man of Steel, Zack Snyder said he always had this idea where it was going to be a trilogy. It was going to be Man of Steel, it was going to be Batman vs Superman, and it was going to be Justice League in two parts. But what happened was you had the last guy that was in charge of Warner Brothers, Kevin Tsuchihara. He wasn't all in. The guy they got in charge now is all in, and they got the actual guy that's head of DC Comics, Geoff Johns. I think I'm mispronouncing his name. He's in charge of shit now. So everything you see now, Aquaman, that's under his run. Wonder Woman, that's under his run. Justice League was already being done before Geoff Johns took over. And so what happened was the last people that was in charge of Warner Brothers was like, well, Zack Snyder's doing another dark movie. We gotta stop. We gotta stop him. We gotta stop him. So they started fucking with him, and they brought in Josh Whedon to basically finish his movie, and that's why tonally, even though I enjoy Justice League was all over the place. One
What
minute it
what
was serious. One minute it
what
was,
was
but
you?
hold on, let me let y'all know. Let me let y'all know what had happened. Justice League was going to be in two parts. We were eventually going to see Darkseid and the New Gods, who are like these godlike figures in the DC universe. I know you guys know who the New Gods are,
Hmm.
Darkseid, all of them. That's what the shit was leading up to, and there's actually deleted scenes out there somewhere showing Wonder Woman finding like this old pictograph of Darkseid. So they completely fucked up Zack Snyder's plan. So the plan was always to make Justice League. People keep saying that the DC was trying to rush to catch up. The plan was always as far back as 2012. The plan was always Justice League. That was always the end game. Matter of fact, they was planning to make a Justice League before Man of Steel was made. This is actually you can actually fact find this. This is on Google. This is on Wikipedia. This is on YouTube. Justice League was always a thing. It just didn't happen the way it was supposed to happen
What the,
because the people in charge couldn't let Zack Snyder alone. With Aquaman and Wonder Woman, you're seeing an instance where Warner Brothers left them two alone. So, in a way, I agree with you. You put whoever you got to put in charge, but just leave them alone. And I hope they left Shazam alone. If they left whoever directed Shazam alone, he'll be fine. As far as Suicide Squad was a David Ayers film. If you've seen any of David Ayers' shit, Training Day, you know who David Ayers is. He was going to do a David Ayers film with superheroes. So I mean, we can't expect Marvel movies are all tonally the same because Kevin Feige got such a tight control over that shit. I know folks like to think that Ryan Coogler had free reign with Black Panther. He didn't because originally Ava DuVernay was going to direct that movie, but she left. Kevin Feige's like, look, this is what you're doing. This is what this is going to be. It has to lead to this. That it's tightly controlled over there at Marvel. It hasn't been so tightly controlled over at DC. So that's where the shit lies. But Justice League was always going to be made, whether Marvel existed or not. And you can find this out by just Googling or going on YouTube and typing up Justice League original or original Justice League movie, and you'll see all of this shit pop up. Like, holy shit! It was supposed to be directed by the dude that did Mad Max, and yo, dude, Justice League has been in what we call development hell for at least 20 years. That's the facts. I'm not making this up. So it is what it is, man. The shit went down like it went down. Zack Snyder got fucked over. Then his daughter committed suicide. It's horrible what happened to this dude, man. But
Oh.
I'm glad that Aquaman did what it did because now DC's on the right track. We're going to get better Marvel movies, and as fans, we're going to get these better movies. But I agree with Flip when I understand what he's saying. Put people in charge. Whatever y'all did with Aquaman, do that. But my thing is, leave these directors alone.
Hey, speaking about leaving a director alone, y'all know about this here too, that the director from the Guardians of the Galaxy is coming over to make the next Suicide Squad movie. Now,
James Gunn.
Yeah, James Gunn. Now check this out. Now this the thing about it is, y'all know, y'all seen Birds of Prey, right? They had the little teaser trailer. I'm gonna ask y'all what y'all think about this, and then we gonna get into it about him probably having a hand on that. So E-Rock, you seen the little teaser trailer with Birds of Prey when they were showing Harley Quinn right there?
Yeah, I seen it. It's just that's like what they call a little viral teaser. There's not much to go off. It's not much to get excited about. Even they really didn't show much. But I'm glad the movie's in production. I hope it's good. I mean, I don't know what DC's plan is. There's a Joker movie by Todd Phillips. Is it the Joker that we know? Somewhere roaming around is Jared Leto. Look, I don't know what the fuck is going on. All I know is Shazam is next.
It's all over. It's all over. Hey, remember I said this? Hey, Chuck.
Jason Todd Joker though.
Hold on. Hey, Chuck. Remember I said that? Remember I said about Birds of Prey and Kaleidoscope and them? They're like, wait a minute, Bird of Prey. I never even heard of that. I'm like, yeah, it was a Bird of Prey that was back in the early '90s. That had a TV show.
Yep.
It only had what I think one season or something.
Yep,
one
that's
going
right.
on, yeah, something like that. And it that one episode I couldn't finish watching it. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, we understand it was some high trash, but hopefully we get something better. So what you think about the character designs?
The character designs, Harley Quinn, she's just a hot character. I mean, whether you like yo, man, you could just go on Instagram right now and see 1,000 females cosplaying, dressed like Harley Quinn, going out to dinner just like that. That's like a hot character. So I mean, Margot Robbie, whatever her name is, she struck gold with that shit, man. She brought a hard to bring to life character to life. I hope they have success with it. Harley Quinn is hot, so I wish Birds of Prey luck. As far as James Gunn coming over, I've told folks again and again, my 3 favorite MCU films are Captain America, the Winter Soldier, and Guardians of the Galaxy. I think James Gunn, Guardians of the Galaxy, he gave this generation, the millennials, that was their Star Wars. That was a great movie. That was a sweet movie. I mean, I've defended it nonstop, saying any DC fan, you can hate Marvel all you want. You can hate Disney all you want, like I do. You can't hate Guardians of the Galaxy. And you can't hate Captain America, the Winter Soldier, directed by the Russo brothers. Those are not great movies. Those are great films. There's a difference. Guardians of the Galaxy is a great film. The sequel, not so much, but Guardians of the Galaxy, James Gunn showed that he gets it. He's very sensitive with his writing, and it's rough what happened to him over at Disney. But Disney, that's the Mouse Network, man, and they dug up that nigga's tweets from 20 years ago, and they said, "Yo, man, you up out of here, you gone." So DC brung him in. I hope
come on over.
I hope it's not a Joss Whedon situation, because Joss Whedon, I got no problem with Joss Whedon, but I think he was a one-trick pony. He was a one-trick pony. He did Firefly, he did Buffy the Vampire Slayer, he did the first Avengers. And if I can be critical, what happened was every director after that, except for the Russo brothers, who was smart, every Marvel director decided to make a Joss Whedon movie. The Russo brothers said no with Captain America, the Winter Soldier. We making a Russo brothers movie. And I think that the whole landscape got shifted after 2012. where every superhero movie had to be comedic and have jokes. No, y'all trying to do Joss Whedon, do James Wan, do Ryan Coogler, do it what it is that you do. But James Wan is coming over to direct the Suicide Squad. Uh, hey, listen, I hope it's good. He's a good director. I wasn't a huge fan of Guardians of the Galaxy too. I just thought that it was way too jokey. It was way too jokey given the subject matter because Marvel out in space is supposed to be serious shit. The Nova Corps, the Celestials, the Titans. It's supposed to be serious shit out there. Not Def Jam comedy hour. But I wish James Gunn luck, man. I believe that everybody deserves a second chance. I don't give a shit about his tweets he made 20 years ago. I think it's bullshit that Kevin Hart lost
That
his
tweet was
Oscars gig
stupid. Yeah, that
over.
yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
yeah. I mean, some of the tweets are stupid. You 100% right, but it's like, um, shouldn't we give Kevin Hart and James Gunn the chance to grow and adapt and be better people? So I mean, we'll see what happens, man. I hope it works out for him because I want to see these movies. I want to see both companies thrive, which I never understood the Marvel fans. Not you guys, but you got Marvel fans that every time something come out from DC, they fucking hating on it. And my thing has always been, you should want DC, you should want Aquaman to knock it out of the park because now Marvel's going to knock it out of the park with Nova or whatever they bring. You understand what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Everybody got to step your game up.
That's all. That's all.
Exactly.
That's all.
Exactly. Oh yeah, I'm with all that. That's why I say my whole thing is the girl that played Harley Quinn when she on Suicide Squad, she was a decent Harley Quinn, but to me it felt like she wasn't Harley Quinn as in she wasn't a big fan or she wasn't that familiar with the character. Now that she'd have had time with the character, because even if she acting and she's not a real comic book fan, you will have to say once she started learning who this character is, she gonna get intrigued. Because Harley Quinn is one
Mhm.
of them intriguing characters that you just from the beginning to the end, you just want to know who Harley Quinn is. She pretty much made her own reputation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you know what I'm saying, just that's hard to do, especially when the Batman got a plethora of villains that they could pull from, and she just appear out of nowhere and stay on beat with all the rest of them. So you got to give it to her. Like she one of my iconic characters. You can't take that away from her. But what y'all think that on this matter of fact, Savage, you I didn't ask you yet. So what you think about that the trailer, the Birds of Prey? Actually, it was a teaser trailer.
I didn't see that.
Oh, you didn't see it, man?
No, it wasn't that important to me.
It was about five
If you
seconds.
if you blink, you'll miss it, man. You miss it
Yeah,
if
about
you blink.
5 seconds. But yeah, they had
I'm just saying, like, once they actually put out a real trailer, that's when I pick it, like, get into it. But
Yeah, I
that
feel you.
that's pointless.
yeah, but my whole thing is
I'm
I
just
like
saying,
to
like,
so I can see what the
it's
character
so many
look
times
like.
they didn't show stuff like that and it never come out.
Yeah, I'm talking about you get at least see what the character gonna look like. Like let's say I'm curious to see what the Rock gonna look like as Black Adam. Like that's what I like. I want to see this Shazam movie to see if they gonna have a glimpse of him appears in Black Adam because they might have stuff they call it close to their chest. So
They they you know what they have to at least acknowledge that he exists because Billy Batson, as you know, wasn't the Wizards' first champion. The first
Right,
champion was Black Adam,
right,
so they have to acknowledge him.
Mm,
right.
right,
You know what? Yeah, he might just be a teaser in the movie and stuff. Cause I know a lot of people was like, but damn, what was that? The Justice League. They was saying, was that him that was giving an interview to Superman? 'Cause they were trying to tie that in together. As you know, Jason Momoa was saying, no, the guy that played Superman is still going to play Superman because he was. Rumor was that he's actually was supposed to be in on Shazam, like overseeing him or whatever. Making
Wow.
sure that he's okay. So I don't know what they're going to do now. Like you said earlier, stuff is all over the table. So we don't even know if he's going to be in it or not because they was like, yo, they was like, yo, was that supposed to be Billy? That's supposed to be Billy that was on Action Superman, all them questions like, so what do you think about Earth
Oh,
and all that?
I'm
That order
saying,
could
but
be him.
Billy Batson
But
should have been following Cyborg around.
hey, listen here. You know what I always said? I always say what they should have did is double up. Now I'm saying these cats gonna get part two of a movie, but have like okay, like what you just said, have Cyborg come in and something like that. Bam, like coming to move like Cyborg and Flash coming, in a movie together, whatever. You
Like
know
how
the
they did
movie,
Iron Man in Homecoming for Spider-Man.
Cause
right?
how
There
they
we go. That perfectly right there,
you
perfectly
know what I'm saying?
example.
Cause how they imagine Billy Batson now as far as Shazam is the only one that know his secret is Cyborg.
Oh, in the comic books and in the
Hmm.
anime. Okay.
Yeah, so you know they'd have messed that up already.
Well, we'll see. I'm
Honestly,
optimistic.
I'm gonna be all the way real with you. That movie, Shazam, the only way I see that movie if my children want to see it.
I feel you.
I mean, but hey, you must. Hey, when I seen this new the new trailer for it, it kind of caught my attention a little bit because right after I seen Aquaman, then I seen that new Shazam trailer. It was like, man, check this out. And I'm looking at it, and the way he was running, he jumped up in the air and he poked his chest out, and that lightning hit his chest, and he was like Shazam, and then he was
What
going down. I said, hold up, they might have been just showing us little comical parts, and this movie got some good action in it. So it kind of caught my attention for a second. So I don't know. I'm still skeptical. I'm wondering what's still on. I'm still gonna wait to see what they're gonna bring out some more previews for that Shazam.
you know what I do with Shazam? I look at it with what it's meant to be. A child that's a superhero. That got that court DC attention when DC had bought that motherfucker since that comic was selling that related to kids. That's how I see Shazam. I don't see it no further than nothing. If it's comedy, oh well, then it's a little comedy joint. It's not a big thing to me. Either I go to the movie or as I would say, E-Rock, I'm gonna talk to you later about that Cody thing on the Xbox. Well, I'm saying check it out like that. I'll talk to you later about that Cody edition on that exclusive Xbox thing, man. So
Yeah,
I'll
de-
talk to you later. But yeah,
definitely.
but yeah, that's how I see it. Like, okay, I just take it for what it is. But from that
Shazam,
character,
yeah, Shazam could be the sleeper because I don't want to go back into the because this podcast will be too long. I'll try to only take 5.5 minutes on this. Shazam, as you guys know, he goes back to the 1940s.
right,
It was this company called Fawcett Comics.
right,
And Shazam was huge in the 40s, and for a while he was outselling Superman.
Superman. Yep,
Somehow DC managed to buy Fawcett Comics, and Shazam became a part of
it was a
DC.
lawsuit. They tried to. Yeah, it was a lawsuit first, and
And
that lawsuit didn't go through, and they just end up buying the comic, merging it right
my,
on it there.
my man. But then in the 50s and 60s, Shazam, Captain Marvel was almost forgotten about, and somehow Marvel Comics had gotten the rights to the actual name Captain Marvel and created their own character,
Hmm.
Marvel, who was originally a man. So Captain Marvel,
Marvel still exists.
yeah.
Yeah.
So Captain Marvel, as we know him, was forgotten about until the 70s when what the hell is that studio? Anyway, he had a live action TV show with a Mexican playing Billy Batson. He was traveling around in this van with this old creeper. But anyway, Shazam was forgotten about really until I'll say the 2000s. The Justice League and the animated movies brought Shazam back, and they brought him back hardcore, man. So we have Billy Batson now, who is an orphan. We have Billy Batson now, who was this little boy.
Hold up, T-Rod. You know how forgotten it was? They forgot about Shazam? Because you do know that was DC way of buying the company and not doing nothing with the character. They just wanted the right so until they decide what they want to do with it. It was forgotten
Yeah,
so badly.
yeah,
People don't even know that Shazam was also a cartoon.
yeah. There you go. There you
It
go.
was a
There you
cartoon.
go.
People didn't even know that. DC, it
Mhm.
was under DC. It was a cartoon. They had the whole thing. I was like, wow. I
I mean,
remember.
but then it was called Captain Marvel at the time, right?
Right, right.
Yeah, and he was just and Shazam wasn't his name. Shazam was just the word he used to say.
Said, yeah,
Shazam was Shazam the Wizard.
Your wizard.
Yeah.
He'd be like Shazam on a cartoon. Bam. He said, "Now I am Captain Marvel." Then you have his little sidekick, a female, and it was a
Oh,
boy.
it was a
It
whole
was like,
family of 'em.
yeah, it was a
Marvel
whole
family.
family of them, a whole fucking
Yeah.
cartoon. It was nice, but
But what's intriguing about Shazam is like they have to introduce this part of the story in this movie. Like this movie's a sleeper because it's coming off as he is basically a boy who is a superhero with these ancient powers. Like I don't know how old the wizard is, but apparently this motherfucker's old because his first champion was this Egyptian dude called Black Adam, and Black Adam didn't want to use his powers for truth, justice, or whatever. He wanted to conquer. Black Adam to me is intriguing. This dude goes back to ancient Egypt, and apparently with those Captain Marvel powers, these motherfuckers is as strong as Superman. So
hold
I'm
on,
very
fella.
interested in how to pull this off, and they have to have make some mention or a cameo of The Rock or somebody as Black Adam because he's important to this character. Like you can't have one without the other. So yeah, this to me is interesting, but we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but with Shazam, the only thing about it is like okay, after his backstory, I mean, they're gonna show his backstory about him being in the foster home and going from place to place, and then they're gonna go from there to him be
Excuse me.
fighting and running the trailer thing and get his powers, and this pretty much they showed everything on the preview. I wonder if this movie gonna make me eat crow like Aquaman did. That's why I say Aquaman actually kind of opened my eyes to be like, hold up. You know what I'm saying? Don't overlook these movies so fast no more. Don't overlook these movies. Because if I would know what I knew about Aquaman, I would have been day one watching it. So now Aquaman opened the doors for Shazam to now they got to set the tone is okay, we give y'all commercials to show y'all just enough. We're not really showing y'all the whole movie. So I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt right now. So I'm gonna have my eyes open over there, my ear to the streets, you know what I'm saying, with this whole Shazam thing.
Well, E-Rock did say we got new people that's running things, so I don't know.
Jeff Johns. The
Got new
Jeff
people running the joint now, so
the Jeff starts with a G. It's a weird name. Jeff Johns.
I don't understand that either.
They let a comic book guy be in charge of doing the movie. So that's what you're supposed to do. Like
Mhm.
I wish WWE would let wrestlers run the wrestling show, but they letting a comic book guy run it. So we'll see what happens, man. And like what you said earlier, the comic books, like Aquaman, he was badass since the '90s. The long hair, and he actually had a hook for a hand for a while. But they weren't gonna fuck up Jason Momoa. He too pretty. But Aquaman was
You know that he wasn't
yeah,
going for that one. No, I'm not doing
he wasn't going.
that.
Aquaman was like this badass. You know who hooked me up on Aquaman? I went to here in Philadelphia Community College from '97 to 2000, and I was hanging out with this younger kid because I was like 28 going to community college, and everybody around me was 18 and 19. So that was a weird fucking experience. But me and this kid was talking about comic books, and he was like, "What do you think about Aquaman?" I said, "Aquaman, the motherfucker that talks to fish." He was like,
Thank
he
you.
was like, you do know that his skin is so dense he could take a punch of Superman, and he's in charge of 3/4 of the planet Earth. I was like, oh shit. So he put this shit in different contexts. And he also woke me up on the Green Lantern. I said, Green Lantern, I never liked that corny ass motherfucker. He's like, well, you do know it's like a million of them. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, it's a whole Green Lantern corps out there, dude. The Green Lantern that we know is only the dude that's in charge of this sector. I'm like, damn. So DC got like a whole bench deep of players. So, like Flip was saying earlier, man, be who you are supposed to be. Get them characters out of this. Because Marvel, they fired their shots. I never thought they was gonna make an Ant-Man movie. Like I used to tell me they was gonna make an Ant-Man movie. Like, get the fuck out of here, Ant-Man. But I mean, bring them up, man. Dig in that bench and bring them up. Let's see, man. Sometimes you get a hit like an Aquaman, and
I mean,
get,
Marvel got a lot
you
of
get
backlash as far as the Ant-Man situation because of Ultron.
Yeah, yeah.
that's right, because Hank
Because Hank Pym was the
created.
original one
That
that
did it.
built Ultron, not
Right.
Tony Stark.
But you know what that was about, Savage. They wasn't gonna do no time travel thing. That's what that was. Like, no, we're not gonna go send Wolverine back in time to kill him, then to send him back in the future. Everything fucked up from the alien, then to send him right back to stop himself. They wasn't gonna do all that.
I mean,
I
they
mean,
doing it
I
now.
finally understand. I finally understood that, even though I was like, but I mean, it was still. I still thought it was a good movie. Still thought it was a great movie. One and two. Oh.
I mean, I like the first one. The second one, it was they pretty much showed the whole thing on the
Let,
trailer.
let
They
me
did
tell
it on them like that.
no. Let me tell you. Let me explain this to you, Chuck. I like the Avengers movie. It was better than every last fucking X-Men movie I've seen. That's how much I like it. They're better than every that
They
movie
call
is
it the
better
X-Men
than
movie
a lot of
anyway. That don't
I've
count.
ever seen.
Yeah,
No, but I'm just saying, just from the Marvel aspect,
right.
this to come from Marvel is better than like all the X-Men movies I did not like.
Wow, you didn't like X-Men
I don't
Days of
like
Future Past?
none of them. No, I didn't like none of them.
I
None
Okay.
like
of them.
old man. Hey,
I
old
didn't.
man
Let me tell
Logan
you
was
something.
the truth.
I didn't
Old
like
man
the
Logan
fact
was
that
the
how
truth.
they made Logan out to be the leader. I didn't like how they made Scott to be a little wimp. Logan or Wolverine over there talking about Scott. You got to
Hey,
talk about Scott.
but
Like, like
flip. Wait, hold up, wait. At that point in time, Logan did have his own team,
yeah, I understand that, but not
and the people that was there was actually in his team, except they had some extra people that they put in there on his team.
yeah, I know he had already had his own team, but come on, this is a X-Men movie. That's not that point right there. No, come on, like what are we doing? It was like they just took a bunch of comic books, a bunch of X-Men
No,
comic books,
flip.
and
This
just
what I'm
threw it
saying.
together.
At that point in time, the X Men had split up because at that point, Scott was supposed to be the kill Professor X.
Yeah, no, he talking about like from
What?
the
That's
first
that's
movie.
what I'm talking about. Days of
But
Future
first,
Past.
no,
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 Scott
no, I'm
killed
not talking about no,
the
I'm not
first
talking
one.
about Days of Future Past.
The
I'm talking
first.
about from when they
all them movies fucked up.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So when they first came out with that movie, and the second one, they was already pushing the narrative, the cameras for
Every
Wolverine.
last X Men movie fucked up.
Like, what are we doing here? Like, what? Like, okay, I don't have like I wouldn't have a problem with Days of Future Past. He coming up to be the man, whatever. But look what you just did from the beginning all the way up to now. And the best, the sad thing about it is the best one, the one that I like, that I do like, that I thought was okay, was New Class.
Yeah, that was I like that movie.
Nope, I ain't like that one because it was
You
fucked
The
up.
first one,
but
the first New Class, when they came, I said,
Nope.
well, wait a minute, let's see what they do with the second one. When I seen the second one, God damn it, mother, I knew. I said, yo, they done messed up again.
Hey, so you saying Old Man Logan wasn't a good movie?
That's the
It was
only
all right.
one.
That's
That
that
one and the first Wolverine movie was
It
the
was
only
all
two
right.
movies that I like.
It was all right. I
man.
like the first
Old
one.
Man Logan and the first
Hey, and I
Wolverine
want to
movie
know what
was
was
the
the
only
I
best
one.
think
X-Men
I
movie.
like much as that I ain't really care for them. I would have to pick the first Wolverine movie. I liked it. I like that. I ain't have a problem, even though in a comic book that's not his brother and he's not related, but I still like that. I rather, cause I would rather to see them actually say
But on flip, I'm gonna put it like this. That depends on what universe. Because in
yeah,
three universes they is, brother,
but that's what I'm
including the
saying.
Ultimates.
That's why I can overlook it. That's what I'm saying. I can overlook it, but you know, other than that, I don't care about all about them other Wolverine movies. It's the first one. The first one was
see,
okay. No, no,
this is the difference between having a conversation with comic book fans and fanboys. These are comic book fans here, and we can agree to disagree. This is the first time I've heard anybody say that they didn't like any of the X-Men movies, and I'm good with it because I didn't like the first three X-Men movies from the 2000s. I didn't like how Wolverine was made the leader of the team. I didn't like them corny ass leather outfits, but X-Men First Class and Days of Future Past, I enjoyed them because, like, I think they went deep with Magneto's story in that first movie about how he was like a Holocaust victim and
yeah,
going up
yeah. That's
against
why I
All
liked it.
right,
I'm not
in
gonna
that
that
lie.
shit.
aspect, yes. But as far as
Yeah,
like the team that Professor X put together, I was like,
Mhm.
hell no.
right. Yeah, I mean, we all knew that though. But come on, but you gotta admit, we knew they was going to do that. I mean, by the time then, I already knew that they was going to change something stupid
Hey,
about it.
y'all know that
I'm
on the new saying now the movie versus canon.
What?
The movie versus the new canon.
Yeah,
yeah,
but that ain't part of the movie verse.
Yeah.
But
That's
yeah.
not.
Hey, so
It's not part of the MCU. That it's not.
So it don't
gotta be,
matter. It don't
right.
matter
It got.
about the
It
movie
got.
verse
It
because
got.
that ain't part of
It
it.
got. Yeah. It got to be part of the MCU to be canon. It got to be part of the MCU.
Yep. Okay, I feel you.
We booted.
Hey,
That's when we would know.
Hey, speaking about what got to be canon on the MCU, what about this? The question is like, which character of the TV universe, you know what I'm saying, the Marvel, Netflix TV shows, DC or CW TV shows, it could be the ABC Agents of Shield shows, like any Marvel or DC character that's basically on television. Which one of them, which I like to see on the big screen, either have their own movie or be in a like Justice League or Avengers movie?
The Punisher.
Oh, and the Punisher.
Oh, one other thing, they can't already been on the big screen already. Somebody, you know what I'm saying, just only thing he was on was the television. Like,
you know,
well, if you want to do that, man, you just limited everybody options.
You know, right? You
like you really do. Like now we got to pick between Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist.
They got a bunch
Black Lightning.
They got a bunch of them.
No, it don't really have a bunch of them. It got about 6.
They don't. They really don't. They really don't have a bunch of them at all.
They have it on the big screen.
You did, yo. You got to open up. You got to open that door.
That's been on the silver screen that you talking about. That's been on TV that you trying to get to the big screen. It's not many, because most of the ones that's on TV then already had a movie in some form or fashion.
You got to open up that door some more, dog. You got to open the door wide enough, dog. We need a little more.
Y'all want repeat offenders? Y'all want to add repeat offenders? Okay. Well, y'all get the repeat offenders, so they could have been ahead of been on the big screen, but not their own movie, because it's only like about 4 or 5 of them that they had their own movie.
You tell me who on the TV right now that ain't had their own movie.
Let me think.
You name me 3 people right now.
Or going to have their movie.
Arrow never had his own movie. Hold on, Supergirl did have her own movie, huh?
Yep.
Yeah. In the 80s. Don't worry about that. Keep moving.
Yeah, that shit was horrible.
But it still had its own movie.
All right, yeah.
That's why I'm telling you, it's really hard to pick out there, because everybody just about had their own movie.
You're right, because I'm thinking about it, and it's taking me too much time to think about it. Well,
we're gonna do it next week then, because that ain't gonna work, dog. It's not gonna work this week, bro.
Those open up who on the TV show verse that y'all would like to see back on the big screen.
Okay.
I want to see this Punisher.
Okay, well, yeah, that would be a good fit to put him in the Avengers, and he killed 2 people in front of Steve Rogers. Now that'll be fire. Just to see the look on you know how they look that old boy have on his face all the time. That old shaggy look. The dude that play Captain America. I can see him having that look on his face when the Punisher when he meet the Punisher, and the Punisher just starts shooting people right quick, pop, 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 and he like, like we don't do that. We don't do that on Disney. How they gonna have to train Deadpool? So what about you, Flip? What you're a finished Savage?
Yeah, that's who I picked. The Punisher.
The Punisher. All right, Flip.
That's it. You got DC and Marvel.
Oh, I got a DC character too?
Yeah. You got DC and Marvel. Yeah.
Jason Todd.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
In his own movie or featured in a movie? Like featured in Justice League or him having his own movie?
I don't even want him in Justice League. I want him in something like, well,
ain't they making a Robin movie?
Not that we know of. I don't know.
Yeah, I did.
I want to see him. I want to see him. I want to see him come back. Like, I don't even want to see them introduce him. I want to see him come back in the end of the Joker movie.
Either that, or if this guy Matt Reeves is smart, that's directing the Batman, which we've heard nothing about, that would be. See, if they were smart, if Matt Reeves was smart, he would make, since they dead set on not bringing in Ben Affleck, which I think is a mistake. He was the best Batman yet, in my opinion. If you're going to do the Batman, then you got to have Jason Todd in it. Like we see Jason Todd in it, kicking ass,
Or
doing his thing,
or Damian Wayne,
or Damian Wayne. That'd be badass.
Or they can be like, you know, Bruce. Something wrong with Bruce and Damian taking his spot.
We done already seen Batman.
Everybody know the story of Batman. Give me somebody else from the Bat family.
Right.
Yes.
Give me somebody else. Give me somebody different from the Bat family.
I mean, but
tell me the story. Tell me Aqualad's story. I want to see somebody different. I want to see these people that y'all don't really put out there. I want to see the Titans. I want to see them in a whole actual film.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want to see. I don't want to see the norm. I don't want to see the norm. I want to see something different.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna go back to it as I said before. We said before. I don't want you to take another character and make that character black. I want to see Black Lightning, but not the exact same character on the TV show. Even though I like the Black Lightning on the TV show, I still want to see like a better Black Lightning.
No, I want to see a younger Black Lightning.
You want to see a younger one?
Before he retired.
You know what? That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. Like I want to see it. It don't have. Yeah. You know what? Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go with that one. Yeah, before he retire and him coming back.
So it don't mess up them storyline.
Right.
Y'all making me Static Shock now.
Huh? What'd you say?
Y'all making me want Static Shock now. I'm sorry, man. That was my show. Y'all don't even remember Static Shock.
Oh man, we've been petitioning for Static for the longest.
Yeah, we already done ran
that was.
We affirm Static Shock. Believer. Representative.
Oh yeah, we are a believer of Static. Yeah, we
that was.
We done had conversation about this motherfucker on this podcast and off the podcast. We already done talked about that.
Man, I'm surprised he didn't show up in Black Lightning though. I mean, that was the first person I thought they was gonna have as a guest character that come on Black Lightning.
That would have been dope.
I think it's gonna take more time so they can, like, you know what I'm saying? Because this season was his younger daughter and getting her powers. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I really think it's gonna be something different for Static. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody got to have a storyline now. They really got to flesh that storyline out. Like what would be hot is I'm just saying for those of the power to be that may hear me, how would y'all like it if the youngest daughter was messing with Static Shock? I'm just saying. I
mean, that's what I thought how they was gonna do it.
I'm just saying. What if that happened? What if the youngest daughter? I mean,
this the other thing. I wonder when his wife gonna tell him her brother is Jon Stewart.
You know what?
Whoa.
We ended the conversation right now. Matter of fact, everybody thinking.
Yeah, her brother is a Green Lantern.
We see you next week. Yeah.
Wow.
We done talked about that many a time on or off the air too. Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up. But say E-Rock, what about you? What character that you would like to see come from to the TV to the big screen? Because I know Savage said Punisher.
Matter of fact, I need to change my DC character. That's who I want to see on the big screen. Jon Stewart.
Jon Stewart? Yeah, that's a good one. That's what I was thinking about.
I gotta go with Jon Stewart too. And if you're gonna bring Jon Stewart on the big screen, the only way to do it is in Green Lantern Corps. So that way we can see Jon Stewart, we could see Hal Jordan, we could see Guy Gardner, we could see all of the Green Lantern Corps. Yeah, man. Yeah.
What's the chick name? What's that other girl name? I mean, the chick that's a Green Lantern. What's her name? She's the only one that really had difficult with her powers. With her coming up with these concepts.
What's the youngest one?
Man, I'm surprised somebody said
what's the youngest Green Lantern? The youngest Green Lantern from Earth. What's his name?
Yeah, it's
Kyle. Was he a boy or was it a girl?
Yes, the boy.
It was a boy.
The one that they ended up in the White. They started the White Lantern Corps.
Yeah.
Kyle Rayner or some shit like that.
Yeah, I think
Kyle
it's
Rayner. Yeah.
This sound about right.
Man, think about it. Ain't nobody said Wally West. I mean, if y'all see the Flash movie, what's the thing that y'all could accept the way the Flash was acting? If his name was what? Wally West. I was thinking about like a person like that, like a character like I would love to see him on the big screen because everybody, like you say, they know Batman origin, they know Spider-Man origin, they know Flash origin. But
I'm gonna keep it real. This is what I want to see in the
West.
next Justice League movie. That if Batman, if whatever Batman it is gonna be in the movie, if they, or some whatever whoever they substitute him with, look at the Flash and tell him he lying about he ain't buried on Barry Allen.
Huh?
That would make an interesting twist. I would love to see that. That
Think
would
about
be an
this. What we've been
interesting
talking
twist.
about Wally West. He was
I
the only
already know
one
what
with
you're
blue
talking.
lightning.
Right,
And
right.
if
Go ahead.
Barry got trapped in the Speed Force for a long period of time, and Wally had took his place.
Right now they could have him where they actually took
That's
it.
what I'm saying. So now they got this little young dude, and they like in the next movie. That's what I'm saying. They be like, "All right, we know you not really Barry, so who are you for real?" And it's something that only Batman would do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Wow.
That shit, yeah,
Like,
man.
who are you, and where did
Because
you
I'm
come
not
from, and why are
really.
you
I'm gonna
opposing
be honest with you. To me, I'm not settled
Barry?
with that dude being Barry. Because when Barry joined the team, he knew how to control his powers. He wasn't incompetent.
Right, and it made more sense for Wally West to be like that, and for Batman
And
to
then
those
Barry
different color stripes.
didn't get blue lightning for a very long time.
Yeah, I mean that made perfect sense. I mean, if they was
The blue light after he came out of the Speed Force. That's when he got that lightning, that color. The Speed Force increases his power.
Yeah, but think about it. How many years it took for Barry to come out the Speed Force?
You know what? Yeah, you right. Right.
wow.
Yeah,
Hey, bro, hold up, man. Flip, you ain't never answered either, man. Which one yours?
I did say that. I said Black Lightning. Oh, you talking about for Marvel?
Yeah,
Um, damn. You may say it's kind of corny though, even though I really, I wish they could redo a very good, whatchamacallit movie, a very good, God damn it, his name just popped out of my head, Daredevil. I want them to redo a Daredevil movie right. Not when Ben Affleck was him, but I want them to do one that's right, a real good Daredevil. If I can't get that, can I get Luke Cage?
okay. That's a good fallback. Good fallback. What about you, E Rock?
Well, like I said, for the DC, John Stewart, and for Marvel, who's been on TV that I wouldn't mind seeing coming into the ECU. Let me try to think. Man, that's hard. That's a hard question. I gotta say a proper Daredevil, because I didn't see Daredevil on Netflix, but everybody swears by it. They said those fights was brutal. So I mean, I would like to see a brutal Daredevil come to the MCU. I mean, it's going to happen. It's going to happen anyway. So yeah, I'd want to see that.
That's what's up. My Marvel choices, my DC choice was Wily West. My Marvel choice would have to be the one, the only Kingpin. I would love to see him come to the MCU. I mean, just bring, you know what I'm saying? That'll bring
Hey,
it.
they hinting at Kingpin being Spider-Man next villain.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah, that'll be right on time.
It's one of the Sinister Six. I would like to see that in a Spider-Man movie.
Yeah,
Yeah, because ain't that's where they going with the Spider-Man movies, the Sinister Six?
That's what I thought.
yeah, because they got but I heard they got to they got to introduce a couple more people. So I don't know if they're gonna be able to actually do the Sinister Six.
I thought they were trying to do the Sinister Six back then when it was Tobey Maguire. Because they would bring it like the character that they were just showing you was part of the Sinister Six. So I'm sitting here thinking like, let's see how they're gonna play this out. I would like to see that. I would like to see that. You already done seen on Doc Ock, the Sandman, and who else they had? Who else they
The
showed in there?
Goblin, I
The
mean the
Goblin,
Hobgoblin, the
right?
who it was, the Vulture,
The Vulture. Who else we
uh,
seeing?
Scorpion.
Yep.
The Shocker,
The
the Shocker,
Shocker.
Yeah.
Shocker
Not
was in the movie.
what's my man name? They had the Lizard Man. They had him in there. Who else? Who else?
The only person I ain't seen Rhino.
Right. Well, they showed Rhino, but it never came. It never came because they killed it because the movie was
Smaller
killed. We
Amazing
just seen him
Spider.
at the end. We just seen him at the end of it.
That was stupid. That was real
Mm.
stupid. Tell me, hey, speaking about real stupid, man. Without Ben Affleck being Batman, and what about without Superman? With what's his name that plays Superman? Not come
Henry Cavill.
Henry Carroll.
Henry Cavill come back. He maybe and he might not come back to retrieve his role as Superman. My question is to y'all about the DCEU. Do you think that they should just replace the characters and keep the storyline going? And how you think they should do it that way, or you think they should reboot the whole DCEU?
No, just replace the character and just
Back
keep
to
it going.
They need to pay dude that
Money,
was playing Superman.
man, and
They
get it
need
the
to
fuck
fire
out of
Ben
here.
Affleck and replace him with somebody with talent.
Oh,
Oh my God, he's brutal. No, but see, that's the thing. They said the boss still say Jason Momoa say he's still playing Superman. I don't know, man. Like Savage just said, man. Savage,
Pay
Ben
him and
Affleck,
fire Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck would have, and I wonder if that was part of, if that had something to do with it. Even though they're saying Ben Affleck having an alcohol problem, what I want them to do is with the next one, this is what you can do. You can take what Ben Affleck was doing and give it to another actor. And what I mean by that is take that voice synthesizer he had and give it to another, and give it to the next actor because that voice synthesizer made a lot of sense. How you walking around? I'm Batman. Like everybody trying to do the Michael Keaton thing, let's stop it and just get a voice joint. Because you telling me out of all these years, you got people who got money like Bruce Wayne, criminals who's smart and stuff. You telling me these mugs didn't even realize that this dude using the same voice?
Right? Yeah, they can like you know you can hear a person's voice and know who they are.
Right. Like it's like just give it a Ben Affleck. You know, I thought he was alright Batman, but I don't know what the hell he doing.
Hey,
I don't know what's going on with
hey,
that. So
but the
just
question
get
is,
somebody else.
so if you get somebody else, do you think they should keep on like and just act like ain't nothing happened, just switch them out, or you think they should
They already did it before, so it ain't no thing. They did it with Val Kilmer and one of the two worst Batman ever. But you know Val Kilmer and on George Clooney, because Val Kilmer he just looked okay as Batman with the suit on. George Clooney played George Clooney playing as George Clooney in a Batman movie.
So basically, you saying they need to do it and they don't have to worry about justifying it.
Keep moving it. Just keep pushing.
Okay.
Don't even talk about it.
No flash point to say okay now.
Nah, fuck that. Do not confuse everybody. Just switch out the character and
Switch
keep
them
the
out.
storyline moving.
All right,
That's
so
it.
what about you, E-Rock? That you feel the same exact way?
I feel as though, like Jason Momoa said, he ain't going nowhere. I've learned with this stuff, if you don't hear it from Warner Brothers or Lucasfilm or Marvel or Paramount that it didn't happen, um, I think it would be almost ridiculous at this point for Warner Brothers to not come to terms with Henry Cavill. He is our Superman. I think he's been doing a fantastic job. I enjoyed Man of Steel. I enjoyed Batman vs Superman. I think Henry Cavill did a good job. We signed him. As far as Matt Reeves, I really don't know what he's doing with Batman. I don't know whether he's going back in time or starting over. But with Aquaman being a success and one of the success, a reboot is out of the question. I've always said to everybody like the Anchorman who's on YouTube, the DC needs to reboot. I said, see, why would you reboot that? That's like somebody trying to reboot Doctor Who. I understood why MGM had to basically do a soft reboot of James Bond because it didn't make any sense. And Die Another Day, I don't know if you guys are James Bond fans, you're men, you should be. It didn't make any sense for give me a second. It didn't make any sense for Pierce Brosnan to be in Die Another Day talking to Q about a pair of shoes that Sean Connery used 40 years ago. It didn't make any fucking sense. So they
Right.
had to reboot James Bond. They had to reboot it because it made no sense for this dude to be the same dude for almost 50 years. Now with the DCEU, you already got this shit established. So if you're going to do this and keep going, you need to sign Henry Cavill, and you need to find out what you're going to do with Ben Affleck immediately. Whether Matt get a new guy, you need to stop playing around and figure out what you're going to do. Me personally, I know everybody is in love with Christian Bale. I think he did a fantastic job. And as we all know, The Dark Knight is one of the greatest superhero movies, other Superman movie of all time. But like to me, and I love the Tim Burton Batman movies, Michael Keaton. Hell, I could even enjoy Batman Forever and that Joel Schumacher shit. But for me, as a Batman purist, Ben Affleck delivered the Batman from The Dark Knight Returns. He delivered the Batman who lost Tim Drake. He delivered the Batman who just said, fuck it. He delivered the Batman who, he said it himself, Alfred, we're already criminals. He had been fighting crime in Gotham for 20 years. He was letting the stubble grow. This dude was banging whores and waking up in the morning drinking drinks. That was the Bruce Wayne I want to see. I'm tired of seeing Bruce Wayne get up in the morning, pumping out push-ups, drinking wheatgrass. I'm tired of seeing Bruce Wayne crying over his parents' death. We finally seen a Batman that was beating the living shit. That warehouse scene in Batman vs Superman was the true Batman. He gave no fucks, and I'm pretty sure he killed 5 niggas in that movie. I'm positive some people got killed. And if he had had his chance, he would have killed Kal-El if he wasn't reminded that, wait a minute, this dude is fucking human. This dude wants me to save his mom. He can't be a monster. Like that movie is brilliant on so many levels, and part of it is his portrayal of a Batman that's over the edge. We've seen Batman go over the edge before in the comic books. I'm tired of this Batman that I won't break my one rule, I won't kill. Get the fuck, dude. You lost Tim Drake. You're supposed to be pissed. You're supposed to be a criminal. You're supposed to operate outside of the law. Batman cannot be a beacon of hope like Wonder Woman is or like Superman is. It's the very reason why they came to blows. They are 2 different characters. Batman is the darkness. Superman is the light. Like Iron Man, even though he revealed himself to the world, he could kind of operate in a gray area because he's a millionaire, a billionaire. He can kind of say, fuck it, I'm Iron Man. I don't care.
Man,
Steve Rogers,
I love that shit.
Steve Rogers was the symbol of America, so he can't operate in a gray area. He can never kill. He'll always be a Boy Scout. I love Steve Rogers, but Batman, for us to finally get the true Batman on screen and nobody appreciated it, bothered the living hell out of me. I'm tired of Batman coming back to the Batcave and drinking milk and mourning his parents. This dude, literally, Ben Affleck woke up with a whore next to him and a bunch of drinks on the table. I said, yes, this is Batman. This dude's walking around his Batcave looking at Tim Drake's suit all torn up because the Joker killed Tim Drake. And he's like, man, I got to go out here and punish somebody. Oh, Superman, you're next. The balls on this nigga. So I'm hoping that if they can't re-sign Ben Affleck, that they find somebody younger to do it, and they go with the Killing Joke storyline. They bring back Tim Drake, but I want to see more of this angry, vindictive Batman. I'm tired of Batman being a nice guy. He's not a nice guy. He's always been a criminal. People like, Batman doesn't, all of these people that don't read comic books, I didn't like Batman vs Superman. Batman doesn't kill. Did you see Tim Burton's Batman? That motherfucker killed indiscriminately. Like, did y'all watch Tim Burton's Batman?
I don't think they did. You know what? That's a good point. I forgot all. You're right. He did. Tim Burton Batman, both them 2 movies, he was killing niggas left and right. Like it was nothing. He had no shame.
He killed the Joker. In Batman Returns, he just destroyed half of the Red Apple gang. He strapped a bomb onto a dude, tossed him into like a manhole, and then laughed. I was like, yes. Batman is supposed to be psychotic. He's supposed to make you scared. And Ben Affleck had me scared. The voice synthesizer, plus dude was buff. He had the physicality. When he was in the warehouse beating the shit out of them dudes, I said, this is ridiculous. This is Batman. I love Christian Bale, but he was just too skinny. He was just too thin. He needed that armor. He needed that armor because you saw what Bane did to him. Bane busted that nigga's back. Bane would have got fucked up on the biggest bat fleck. I want to see Batman be an intimidator. I want to see him busting people's skulls open. I don't want him going back to drinking wheatgrass and crying over his parents. We need a darker Batman, and like the other gentleman said, bring back Tim Drake because we need to see him and Batman in an alley with nunchucks and stars beating up some thugs. That's what we need. We don't need no more.
Hey, I got you. Look, I know the but look at this about the Batman. We gotta think about it. Said all the best Batman movies was movies that the villain was the star in it. It was more about the villain than it was about Batman. And let's hold the ends out the podcast. But like I was saying though, like Batman, like when it was the Batman versus the Joker, that was Jack Nicholson. Right. The movie was based about the Joker, Jack Nicholson, and then they had Batman come in the Batman Returns. I mean, if you notice, it was more about the crime family, and then you had the Joker, and you had all this other thing with Two-Face going on that wasn't focusing on Batman's story. He was kind of like the overall, thing that just kind of like be there in the background because he Batman, and you see Bruce Wayne, but the story was always based upon the villains. Even what it was the second Batman back in with the Penguin and Catwoman. If you know,
Batman Returns.
Right, that one was based about Penguin trying to win an election, and Catwoman trying to get her revenge on about her the thing that happened with her. And if you notice, that Batman was a good movie because it was based on the villains, and then they kind of had him because everybody know about Batman, but it was showing glorifying, not glorifying, but showing the spotlight to the villains. That's what actually makes it a better, to me, a better Batman movie. But Ben Affleck, he was a cool Batman for like an older Batman. So I know that he done aged already. So that I kind of let him slide with like him being a little bit overweight, move a little bit slow when they was fighting against these creatures from outer space, those terror demons, that he was actually struggling because he's a regular person. And but I would expect for Batman to be more crafty, like when you fight like stuff like that, where he'll know how to use his tool belt more better than like when he was younger, because he a professional now, so he know how to he got his tricks of the trade. That's what they kind of neglected on, and then neglected on the fact that he's going to take Batman as a person that as the best detective that ever existed. So they gotta capitalize on that part of him if they want to implement Batman on anything. That's how I always looked at Batman. They need to start showing his investigation side, and they need to kind of like focus more on the criminals or the whoever the villain is or whatever Batman movie. Then you'll have a good Batman movie. Just don't focus it on him. I mean, my bad if I had threw my rant out there like that. But
your podcast, dude.
Yeah. So one other thing, I know that you're not a Marvel person, but I got this one last question before we get up out of here though. Y'all know that the Avengers Tower, Tony Stark is selling the Avengers Tower. You know what I'm saying? Just quickly, who y'all think will purchase the tower? I mean, you have a long list of people that actually could get it.
Bruce Wayne.
And that'll be the crossover for centuries.
The Fantastic Four will probably buy it, and that'll be their entry into the MCU.
That, you know what? That's not far-fetched. That is not far-fetched. I can see that. I can see that actually happening.
Well, I was gonna hold off and go last to give my answer because I actually know who bought Stark Tower in the comic books, and it was the Fantastic Four.
Wow.
Hey, know who I mean that might be who it is, but I'll go with a long shot. But I still say it's close. I think it could become by the Green Goblin, the Ops Court. I mean the Hobgoblin.
He got the money.
Yeah.
And you know that
I
could
mean,
be
they got their own
That is the
building.
Green Goblin.
Yeah, they got their own building.
oh, they already got ops card.
Yeah, yeah, they already got their own building. They already got their own building.
I ain't see it on that, but I mean it's probably one of the two, but it's still up in the air because it could just be bought out by the military. It could be could be something simple. It could be the new shield base.
Hey, that's the other thing. Other thing. In one storyline, the Fantastic Four got the building. The other storyline, Tony came back and found out this shit got turned into a shield base.
Wow. They got a lot to go off of. They got a lot of just go to the comics.
So Tony is off world right now, and
Don't think the government not in that building trying to see what other technology that he
yeah,
may
and
have or forgot, or we can say not shield Hydra to see what other technology that he may have
and it
forgot
got
or
more
whatever
than
track.
Pepper spot or Pepper, she over everything now. She the one that's over everything, not him.
yeah, but she the
Yeah,
one that sold the building. That's what I'm
yeah,
trying to tell you.
right.
Understand when I say they bought the building. So if he not around, that means she had to sell it.
Right.
Wow.
She won the company.
Really, that's her company now,
Yep. He
not
turned it over
his.
to her. He turned it over to her.
And they gonna basically in the comic they basically fell out, and she took everything from his ass and sold everything that was in New York and moved to California.
Wow, that's deep.
Like a real woman, ain't it?
Yeah, that's some stuff.
That's a real woman. Man.
Hey, we was gonna do about the Captain Marvel thing, but we'll say that one for the next time. We're gonna say that one for when your boy come back. So that's
You know he
that's a topic I'm gonna say.
oh
I'm
yeah.
keeping the clutch for him.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna give a shout out to Chaos. He ain't had to come on the show because he had to go to church to get them demons out his soul because he been walking around talking about booty meat. We don't understand where you going with the booty meat thing though, but I'm
Oh,
quite sure he would have had to say something about the females in the costume. Chaos, may the Lord bless you. Get them demons
Yeah,
out your soul, dog. Leave them booty
yeah,
meat
get
alone.
them demons out.
Leave them booty meat alone. I don't know where you going with the booty meat, but just leave it alone, dog.
When y'all talk about at the end go left, y'all go all the way left. Man, say E-Rock, man, appreciate having you out here, man. You had anything else you want to say or anything you want to talk about before we get up out of here? Because I know it's been a minute and they had a lot of stuff been going on with you, man.
Oh
And
no, man. It was just great to be here, man. I enjoyed talking to you guys. Hopefully we can do this again because they're not going to stop making these movies, so we got a lot to talk about.
Yeah. So man, everybody that came out rock out with us, man. Appreciate y'all for rocking and listening to us. You know, the people that's gonna listen to us later on. You know what I'm saying? This we're gonna do this again next Tuesday. And for all our mutants and metahumans out there, y'all have a good night and bless. We up out of here.
Peace.